Hello, and welcome to Subscriber Sunday / Shadow Sunday. For this day, we will be playing... Oh, I completely skipped our names. We are Antagonist Gamer, I am Castellator, and this is...
Red Daedalus.
And the bees are joining us today, too. Now, for this day, what will typically happen is we'll play about a boss worth of Shadow of the Colossus, obviously in our standard 15-ish minute segments. Now, as hopefully a few of you know, with Shadow of the Colossus, there's a lot of journeying to the bosses, and there wouldn't really be much for us to, comment on the game while we're still running to the boss fight. There's just not a lot out there. It's part of what makes the game interesting, is the fact that there's not a lot out there. So, what we've chosen to do is that for the journeying section of the playthrough for the week, we thought we'd talk to our subscribers, to our viewers, about different topics that we feel are of interest to the channel and the viewers. I think we're just about ready to launch into that discussion now. Red Daedalus, you think we're good to just jump straight in?
Yeah, we're good to jump straight in.
Alright. Well, the topic for this Subscriber Sunday will be monetization of the channel. Now, first week, we're still extremely small, still in the single digits of subscribers. It seems like a ridiculous thing to talk about so soon. But the thing is, whatever we can make now, however little it is, if it's 5 cents a week, what we can do is just start saving up for that better equipment that we've kind of promised in some of our starting video annotations. It's something we feel is very important to us, that we get beyond, 360p for almost all of this recording. Get beyond this buzzing noise. Get beyond my terrible mic quality whenever I have to deal with the letter S. Get beyond
me talking like some kind of, prepubescent 12-year-old because this mic is crap.
Indeed. Make it so that Red Daedalus can actually post, some of his own stuff so that he isn't just forced to comment, only on my gameplay.
Oh, come on, I have fun doing this.
I know, it's fun, but I know you'd probably, you'd probably enjoy playing some stuff yourself.
Fair enough.
And that's the thing. If we don't start getting money through some means, it's going to take a lot longer for this stuff to happen. Originally, when I thought about it, I would think, well, maybe we'll wait until we have a solid subscriber base. Maybe, when we're getting consistent high views. And when I say high, I'm not talking, oh, only 20,000 this week? That's low. I'm talking, I don't know, hundreds in a matter of days, probably. But the point is, we're asking if we can start to add small ads. Like, I imagine we have a choice. If we do, we'll probably not run big interrupting start a video ads, but rather those little ones that just kind of pop up around like the 3-minute mark of any video or something like that. Just as a way to start building towards some of those channel improvements.
Because this early monetization, we would not be pulling in profit for ourselves. The entire point of this monetization in the beginning of this channel would be to pull in new quality stuff for you viewers.
Indeed. That's another thing, a point I would like to make. With any of the funds that we get from any of this, we plan on being completely transparent with what it is that we make and what we do with it. In this way, we could do things like update at each daily, almost daily, video session, how close we are to a current goal. And another thing, we would like for you, the subscribers, the viewers, to decide what it is we should try to improve first. Rather us make the random decision to say, hey, maybe the first thing we should build to is an XSplit license, when really you guys would maybe want to see Red Daedalus do some of his own gameplay. That's why we'd like to give you guys the choice, because you guys are the ones that ultimately are allowing us to make these improvements in the first place. So we'd like complete transparency so that you'll be able to call us out if ever the money doesn't seem to add up. You'll be able to know how it grows and how close we'll be to certain milestones. For example, if we were to tell you that we're only what appears to be a few days away from a new piece of equipment, whether it be a higher quality video camera or a higher quality capture card, an XSplit license, fraps, a new computer for Red Daedalus. In the case of all of those things, you'll know every step of the way how close we are to each of those objectives. And that way, if we're, say, $1 away from our next thing, and then suddenly you don't see that new thing, you'll be able to call us out. That's why the transparency in funds. And then, as I mentioned, complete power over what it is that we upgrade first. Red Daedalus, can you think of some points that I've missed?
Yeah, actually I can. The purpose of Subscriber Sunday is to cover things that we feel should, get to you, the viewer. So, anything that you think you should add to what we're saying, or that you want to comment on what we're saying, or a yay, nay situation, leave it in the comments, and we do read those. We read them obsessively and compulsively daily.
That we do.
The entire purpose of this is to see what you, as the viewer, want. This isn't a selfish thing, this isn't a power trip thing, this isn't any of that. We are simply trying to bring you, the viewer, the best experience possible.
Indeed. I mean, if we had it our way, and, if the world was a free place, then our very first video would have been 1080p, the camera would have been amazing, we would have had our own vent server instead of Skype, we would have pulled out all the stops. The thing is, we just don't have all of that right now. And that's why we're even suggesting this, because even though it's a small build-up, and we plan to be as inobtrusive as possible, then we still want to start working towards those improvements, is basically the point that we're trying to make.
Yeah, we don't want to leave you with these crappy content. I mean, some of you probably like the content the way it is, but we want to bring you bigger and better stuff. As big and good and amazing as we possibly can. Yay, platforming.
Platforming in this game works so well.
But yeah, I think that's a good thing to kick off the Subscriber Sunday.
Yeah.
If any of you have any other things you want to, make us bring up in the next Subscriber Sunday, send us a message. I mean, we read those obsessively too.
I wasn't aware we could receive messages. I was fine with comments.
Well, see, if it's something that they want us to see and not have to sift through, then I think message would be better.
It's not like we get that many comments. By the way, I couldn't see those boards. They were very dark.
Anything else you think we should cover?
Oh, one more thing. Like when it is that we'll come to a decision for this.
Should it be next? Whoa, you nearly...
Yeah. I can't... Ah!
It's kind of hard to base jump with no parachute, buddy.
Indeed. But when you have a solid grip like Wander does, it's A-okay. What was I going to say? Right, we should probably decide it as of the next Subscriber Sunday.
Yeah.
This seems like a dead end. Ah, never mind. Okay.
You're so good at this.
Yeah, it's a little hard. The thing is, I try to typically play from my computer, so it's so it doesn't. I don't have these awkward wide angles in the camera. The only issue with that is that I typically have things a little darker than they could be.
Ah, so you can't really see the platforming options.
Yeah, that was probably the hardest part about all that. Not that I couldn't do it, or not that I didn't know what to do.
Okay, so since the the first boss fight is relatively short. What are we gonna do for the subscribers someday? Are we just gonna do one part, or?
I don't know. I think we should take a break right here, keep these still as separate videos, and then just come back to the next one, do the boss fight, and just kind of call it for this week. I know it's really short, but it covers all that we really want to do. We get to play Shadow of the Colossus, and we already got our message across.
Good point.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, blip it here. We'll be right back with that boss fight.